Good morning, everybody. Whoops, wrong screen. How are you this morning? Today is June the 16th, 2022, and I am Sharon Wilcox, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming live to you from Chesapeake, Virginia. Thank you for joining me today. If you're catching me later on the rerun, thank you also for joining me. I'm so happy that you're here. Um, a couple real quick little updates. So last week, I was not live because my husband and I both had COVID. So he got it, came down with it on Saturday. We went Monday to the doctor for him, and he was positive, of course. And then Monday night, Tuesday morning, really, is when I got sick with it. So, as you can hear, I still have all that throat stuff and the sinus. And see, it starts out like a horrible headache and then goes into this terrible sinus infection. So, even though it's just your sinus, it's not really an infection, but it's enough to make you feel miserable. So, needless to say, I didn't get a whole lot done last week because of that, and we are still working on my daughter's condo. So, spent a bit of time over there as well because it was just him and I working during the day and her in the evenings. So, we weren't around anybody, and that was only on the days that we felt well enough to do things. So, but I am here and I don't have much to show you, but I do want to share a couple things. So let me hop down. First of all, I want to see if anybody started getting these in the mail. You should have gotten it last week. That's when mine arrived. I always send one to myself. So let me know if you did not get the July through December 2022 mini catalog, and this begins July 1st. So that's kind of a fun thing, and it is filled with, because not everybody has received them yet, I'm not allowed to go through the pages and show you everything just yet. And I know there have been some demonstrators that have done that, but Stampin' Up's rules are that we don't do that until everybody has received their catalog or until the catalog goes live. So there we go. I do want to share something that is in this catalog that I'm allowed to share, of course. And this is something that's long awaited. We've been missing this in our main idea book and catalog. And I love how they've packaged it. I love what they put in it. Here we are. We now have a beautiful new embossing tray for your heat embossing. It has the lid that screws on instead of the little cork thing, so that's nice. And you can use that to dump out your excess powder back into your container. The other thing that we have back is the embossing buddy, and this, you just kind of pat that on top of your card, and that keeps all of the extra embossing powder from going where you don't want it to. They've included a nice little nylon brush in with this kit, and this is actually a really nice one in comparison to one we used to have. I like this one a lot. I will most definitely use it, and that's just for getting off any extra little sprinkles of embossing powder. The other thing they've added that I absolutely love are these beautiful tweezers. Yes, this part is ceramic and this part is metal, but because this is ceramic that you're going to hold your card with, it is not going to heat up the metal part. How nice is that? Save your fingers. You can even hold it down here. However you want to do it. Very nice. And they've got some weight to them. They're very nice. So there we go. So we can look forward to that in our July through December catalog. Okay. Well, Today I wanted to show you in my mind what I intended to show you was this stamp set out of the annual catalog that started May. And there's so many things I haven't even touched on in here yet. So it's hard to believe that we're getting in the holiday soon, holiday catalog. But Sending Smiles, I absolutely love the name of the set, Sending Smiles, but I love the set itself. And there's some dies that you can get. And always remember, when you buy the stamp set and the dies together, you're getting a 10% discount. That's a little bundle saving. And who doesn't love to get a little discount? There's a lot of different pieces in here, and I did not play as much as I would like for some obviously reasons, but I did play a little bit. I also used some of this designer series paper. Now this is in the back. I think it's page 135. Let me see, is that where I was? Yes. These papers sometimes I feel like get overlooked. I absolutely love the 6x6 size, and this particular stack is the in color. And I just want to show you, the catalog does a good job, but boy, in person, they are just beautiful, beautiful colors. And below this in color one down here, you can get them in all of our color groupings: brights, neutrals, regals, and subtles. And I do use these a lot. I just love the 6x6 size. So the one card that I did get finished, I do want to share that I use these with it. The other thing that I want to share with you is the fact that this stamp set, Sending Smiles, is also a photopolymer stamp set. Okay, and what does that mean? It just means that it's clear. Okay, photopolymer. And let me flip this over. Okay, and I love how they do this, so you know where each of these pieces go when you use them and put them. And as you can see, I haven't used them all just yet. So there you go. I do have some of them on blocks, and the sending dies that coordinate with this are just gorgeous as well, and a lot of fun. And let me show you, when you cut this out, the word sending, and let me actually stick it on here. You've got two ways of using it. You can use it just like that, which as you can see is beautiful. But the other piece that they gave you in those dies is this piece, okay? So you can cut this out and then mount it on top of here. So if you were doing a white background, then you can see this would be much easier to see, or if you have a very busy background. I would highly recommend running your cardstock through our adhesive sheets so that you didn't have to add glue, but you can add glue a little bit here and there to attach it to this one. That's what I did on the card that I did get made. I will be playing a little bit more with this set this week because I love it. Sending Smiles is just so fun. And let me just share with you some of the things that are in here. So you have your word sending, and of course that's a stamp as well as a die. But smiles across the miles, all the good luck your way, sunshine to brighten your day, love and big hugs, birthday wishes, a note of thanks, a card to say hello, comfort and strength. So I just love all of those. It kind of covers most every card that you're going to want or need to send. So it's a really fun set. And as you can see, we have these wonderful little flowers that look like daisies. They could be whatever flower you want them to be. This can be a cone flower. I think this almost looks like a little wisteria if you turn it upside down, hanging. What is that flower that sticks straight up in the ground? Um, I can't think of what it's called, but it could be that flower as well. So there's a ton of things to do with this. So watch for more of that from me. I promise I will do better. Um, Remember last week we did the Z fold? Well, that's where my mind went when I had a chance to sit down and play a little bit. And as you can see, um, it's your typical Z, just like before. And this time I used the new color of Parakeet Party cardstock and the new Tahitian, forget what it's called, Tahitian something, cardstock for the word sending. I made our little bridge. Here's our little Z. And when you open it up, it looks like this. So I have my all of my little black-eyed Susans right there. So you do have room for some writing in here, and you could have cut this one a little bit smaller to have more room here. But I would recommend that you do your writing um, before, or if you wanted to stamp special words in there. Um, and then you have room over here to sign. But what I did was sending sunshine and then to brighten your day. And when I did this, of course, I'm stamping on here after I've assembled my card, which you never want to do. You want to do the stamping part before you assemble it, because I did make a boo-boo and all I did was cut out another white piece to put on there, and that's okay too. So the yellow for the flower, I used our Daffodil Delight. And the center I used black, but in the future I would use a brown, maybe like early espresso, and I think that would look a little more realistic, but I still think it's pretty. And then I used 2 pieces of that beautiful designer series paper. And so you remember how to make that Z. It's just a typical card. And we cut this 4¼ by 11, score it at 5½, score at 2¾ and create that Z fold. And we did the same thing with this. I only cut this one 1 inch. You could make it bigger if you want, or even smaller, and then decorate it by adding however and whatever you wanted. This one's a little bit different than the ones that we did last week. Here's one of them. And you see we have beautiful flowers and a masculine. So a Z fold can be used for a number of things. It's always going to be really pretty, no matter what you decide to decorate flowers or masculine. It's a wonderful, fun, easy thing. And if this isn't enough room for you to write and do, you always have your backside. Okay. I do apologize for it being a short and sweet one this morning. Good morning, ladies. I love these flowers too. Oh, Wanda, you're in Oklahoma today. What are you doing in Oklahoma? How is the weather out there? I know Cincinnati is hot, but you know what? We're hot here too. I love the 90s. To me, that's what summer is all about. And I know we have a few days yet before summer sets in, but that's okay too. It won't last long, and those of you in Cincinnati will be in that cold, snow, wet nastiness before you know it. So enjoy the heat while you can. You can always go in the air conditioning to cool off. That's how I look at that. So until next week, I promise I will have a bit more for you next week. And we'll kind of go from there, okay? I was trying to think if there's anything happening. Visiting grandbabies. Yes, aren't they the best? They are the best. So, yeah, my grandbaby is the youngest one is almost 18 months now. It's so hard to believe. Okay, ladies, until next time, thank you for joining me. Happy stamping, and I hope you do something fun and creative for yourself. So until next week, bye bye.